This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening. My name is Lynn Forbes, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. On June 24th, the Nevada County Board of Supervisors unanimously approved a motion submitted by Supervisors Hardy Bullock and Sue Hoek to have the option of making the clerk recorder registrar of voters an appointed rather than an elected position. The purpose of the motion is to fill the current vacancy of this position. Natalie Adana, who was Clerk Recorder Registrar of Voters beginning in 2022, recently resigned to become the Registrar of Voters in Marin County. Nevada County Assistant Clerk Recorder Registrar of Voters Corey O'Hare is acting in Ms. Adana's place until a permanent replacement is appointed for the remainder of the term ending next year. Don't go away. We'll take a short sponsor break and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
In Nevada County, the duties of Clerk Recorder and Registrar of Voters are combined, and it is an elected position. The Board of Supervisors is legally obligated to appoint 2 supervisors to an ad hoc committee tasked with recruiting and vetting applicants. Finalists are interviewed at a public board meeting, and the full board selects the appointee. A special election is not permitted by law. The appointed individual will serve until the 2026 elections, when he or she can run for election in their own right. According to Patrick Eidman, Assistant CEO of Nevada County, there is no immediate impact of placing Nevada County on the list of California counties authorized to appoint a registrar. It simply provides formal permission from the state for the County Board of Supervisors to have that option. Opponents of this action say it would remove voters from the selection process, although any future ordinance to appoint this position would require a minimum of 2 public hearings. Bottom line, the board, not the voters, would have the final say about who becomes registrar. Don't go away. When we come back, we will talk to Supervisor Sue Hoek about the pros and cons of appointing versus electing a registrar of voters.
In the heart of Nevada County, the Rotary Club of Grass Valley is making a difference, one project, one person at a time. Rotary believes in the power of service and is dedicated to improving the community through hands-on projects, educational initiatives, and global outreach. Join an organization that creates positive change, whether you're giving your time, your talents, or your heart. Together, they make our community a better place for all. Rotary Club of Grass Valley, people of action. Become part of something bigger today. Visit rotarygv.org for details.
Sue Hoek is a 5th-generation Nevada County resident. She is also the District 4 Supervisor for Nevada County. And as a supervisor, Sue works on many issues and programs around Nevada County, not just her district. Today, she is here to chat with us about the Registrar of Voters and the changes taking place surrounding that position. Welcome, Supervisor Hoek. May I call you Sue?
You can.
I always do, because
so.
we know each other for a while. And full disclosure, I am co-president of the League of Women Voters, so I wear a couple of different hats. And so I'm especially interested in talking to you about this issue. I think that we did a disservice in the script here, kind of mixing apples and oranges as far as what the issues are at stake. There are 2 things here. The immediate issue is filling the position, the vacancy for the for the Registrar of Voters / Clerk Recorder position. And
Correct.
According to law, I don't remember what the name of the law is, but according to law, the county is allowed to appoint someone to fill out that position till it can be put into the elections. It can be an elected position. Got that right?
Correct.
There is the second issue in which the county has requested the option to have the option to appoint, rather, to elect the county registrar of voters position. But that's down the line, may or may not happen. You would simply have the option. The immediate position or the immediate task at hand is filling Natalie Adana's position as clerk recorder registrar of voters. Did I get that right?
You got that right.
Okay, first off, District 4, I'm a District 4 resident. High five, thank you. Thank you for your service. Okay, so I think that there's very little information in the local press about either issue. So let's talk about the most immediate task at hand. Corey O'Hare is currently filling the position until it can be permanently filled, at least until the next election.
Correct.
But he's not a resident, so he can't really even be appointed, right?
Correct.
So you have hired a recruiter?
We have.
Okay. Can you tell us about the process?
Yeah, it's been interesting. We work with recruiter. We filled out lots of information, what we were looking for. What do we want to see in our clerk recorder in Nevada County? There's not a whole lot of requirements to be a clerk recorder, but we can ask for a little bit more. I think that's important. We want someone that fits in our community, somebody that's going to live here and really resonate with our
embrace the community.
It is. I think that's so important. Because that's what we're all about, really, community. Sure. So I think that's how we decided recruiter was a better idea. We posted it, and we've had some applications come in. We're looking forward to our first round of interviews. And, of course, the final interviews will be done in session and at the Board of Supervisors. So
in public session?
Yeah, and public is welcome to come and ask questions and meet them personally. So looking forward to that. And that should happen in October.
I see. And so the goal would be to have somebody in that position by end of fourth quarter?
Yes.
December?
Love to have them in by November, but I think by you do the onboarding, it'll be really a short fill-in position, right? Because they're going to have to run for election in January.
Maybe like 8 months
2026. So they're going to have a really active time.
Yeah, that's such an unusual situation, isn't it? Where the person is ramping up in a new job, but also having to run for election if this person, and we hope she is, chooses to run for an election.
Right, and that's been part of the questions. We've been really open with that because to ask somebody to move here, you have to live in Nevada County to be the clerk recorder. And so we've been real upfront with that, and we still had some very good applications come forward.
Awesome. So the person would have to be ready for the primaries, right, in June?
Correct.
Wow, that's a big hill to climb, isn't it?
It is a big lift, and I'm hoping that some of them have that ability that they've already ran for election or they're aware of the process, and if they know anything about the clerk recorder's office, they do, right? Because that's a key component to this is being able to keep track of all the information that has to come with elections. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful we're going to find that right person for Nevada County.
Well, there's so much going on as far as trustworthy elections and a lot of talk. And President Trump today, we talked about this a little bit before the video, posted something about, ending mail-in ballots and machines. So there's a lot of controversy and a lot of angst around voting right now. So finding a person, at this point is
I think
interesting.
I think the right person is out there. I think you have to be very nonpartisan and you have to listen to all the people. I mean, that's our job, really. I think we've gotten so far away of remembering it's about all the people.
Sure.
And I think there's compromises. I think having that front-looking personality to your public, being able to answer those hard questions or not answer but listen. And look at what are the compromises to make it all work in a small community. We have a community that likes to vote.
We have a very high percentage of voting here, and one of the highest in the state.
Yeah, and I think some of the questions over timers, like the voting, the folks that are legally allowed to vote, is there opportunity to look at that list? I think there's things that you need to be able to talk about, and you need to be able to talk about with anybody in the community, right?
Well, like with anything, it's all about getting the information out to the public so that they can, each individual can make up their own minds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line of the whole thing, right?
Right. Information is key.
It's key.
Education is key.
So I'm hoping this person will be that educational you have to, it's almost like being a teacher. You have to be able to put the information out and hope that people can absorb it.
And put the information out in a way that the people can absorb it.
Exactly.
Right? That's where the league can be of help, by the way. So
yeah, there you go. I think it's going to be it's going to be a great experience. I'm looking forward to see what kind of candidates come forward. And, and then there's that possibility we have to go out for another recruitment.
Right.
So we don't know how that's going to play out. But I'm hoping for some really good applicants, and I'm kind of excited to get to go through the list.
Now, the second piece of this is what's known as the Omnibus Act of 2025.
Correct.
This is an established law that if an individual county wants to be placed on the list, in order to have, there's other stipulations, but in order to have the option to appoint rather than have an election for this position, it simply puts us on the list if approved, correct? And the amendments are approved by the legislature, state legislature. Is it every year, or how does that work?
It's not every year. Okay. So that's why I think that they looked at this omnibus bill as an opportunity, not necessarily for now, but for the future. I think when Natalie took her new job, it was an opening. They appoint there. And there's 14 other counties that do it as well. Mm-hmm. And so we were just looking for another tool to put in the toolbox. Mm-hmm. It's not something that would happen now. It's not going to affect this election, but might be 2 boards from now that find that there's a need. And I think with that, it's going to come with a lot of public outreach. Those are the kind of decisions you have to listen to from the public.
Sure. And this is so involved as far as also the opportunity to separate the 2 roles, the clerk from the registrar. How does that work? Is there a budget? Or there savings? We talked about this a little bit, where perhaps the clerk, comes under another department. So there's many ways to mix and match this, and it's a long process.
It is a long process, and I think there'll be some research and study. First, though, before we even spent a lot of time in that, we would be doing community outreach to see if there's even interest.
So the public would be
because voting is important. It's an important role for the public, and they like having to be able to make those kinds of decisions.
Sure, of course.
So it wouldn't just be a county decision; it would be a community decision.
Right. I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
I think that we're all really interested in this first step here, getting a new Registrar of Voters in place / county clerk, getting that rolling so we can have smooth and fair primaries and elections next year. And then we'll take it from there, or you'll take it from there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be a part of those elections, so I'd like it to go very smooth myself.
I will too. Thank you so much, Sue. It's good to see you again.
What a pleasure.
Thanks for coming down to the studio.
Oh.
Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now, your choice for local news brought to you by locals. We'd love your input about the show, what you would like to see on future shows, or if you would like to be a guest or contribute as a host, writer, or producer. Please email your ideas and suggestions to news@nevadacountytv.org. And please help spread the word. Together, we can keep our community informed. Until next time, have fun getting out there to explore all our community has to offer. Good night.